If you are looking for stability and earn more money with safety, security, then this video, it's going to cost you money if you skip it. So that we're going to break down Schwab Money Market Funds, and we're going to go over what they are and which one, of course, actually makes sense for most people out there, and whether the yield, aka the interest, is worth it in 2026. So let's get right into it. Now, to get things started, let's go over the big picture on Charles Schwab as an organization and what is even a money market account, right? So, Schwab has been around since 1971, believe it or not. They're one of the biggest and most trusted names in the investing world, and they are taking trillions in client assets. And this is not just some app or some random startup, right? So, probably you already were aware of this organization from that point of view. Now, a money market fund in itself, it's not actually a savings account. You can use it as a savings account, but it's not really a savings account. It's actually a mutual fund, but it's specifically designed to do two things: keep your money stable at $1 per share and pay you a competitive yield while it sits there. So think of it like a really boring, but really useful bucket for your idle cash. There's no lockup, there's no guessing, and Schwab offers a bunch of different versions depending on your tax situation and how much money you've got. So we're gonna go over all of those details in today's video. And here's actually what we're gonna go over: a simple checklist on how you can evaluate either these money market funds or anyone out there. So I want you to steal it. So first, what's the yield, right? The interest for money market funds is measured as a 7-day APY, and it moves with interest rates. You want it competitive, not just technically above zero. Now, the second thing to look into is, are there any transaction fees to buy or sell? And from my personal perspective, there shouldn't be. And with Schwab, there aren't any. Now, third, what's the minimum investment? Now, some funds, as you will see here in the next couple of slides, require a couple of hundred or thousands or even $1 million to get in, right? So that's not useful for most people. So we want low or no minimum to get started. Now, fourth, how is your money protected? These are not FDIC insured, by the way, like a regular bank account or your local or online organization, like the organizations that we talk about here in this channel mostly. And but they are held under SIPC coverage inside your brokerage, and the best funds have never lost a penny of principal. So the track record matters. Fifth, of course, is, can you access it easily from where you already invest? So keep these five things in mind as we go forward in this video. All right. So if we're just meeting, by the way, my name is Alex, and my goal here is to help you make more informed financial decisions to increase your income, protect your wealth, and build financial security. So if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. And if Schwab Money Market Funds are for you today, make sure that you sign up with the links in the description. And with that being said, let's get right into the headline numbers. Now, I'm going to start out with this. For most people watching this, there are two funds worth knowing. The first is SWVXX. It really sounds like an adult website, right? This is the Schwab Prime Advantage Money Fund investor shares. And as of early March 2026, which is when I'm recording this video, the yield is 3.51% on a 7-day basis. Also, here's the best part: there's zero minimum to get started. So you could put in 500, 5,000, 50,000, whatever you have sitting idle. Now, there's also no transaction fees inside your Schwab account, and that's the one that is most attractive to most people out there. Now, if you happen to have randomly, let's just say $1 million or more parked in cash, and hey, maybe you do, right? Then the Ultra Shares version, that snacks or SNAXX, bumps the yield to 3.66%. So it's really the same fund, same management, just a higher tier for bigger balances. Both are retail funds, meaning they're available to individuals like you and me. And rates are, of course, subject to change depending on what the Federal Reserve is doing. So always verify before you put your money in there. So which one is for you so far? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's make this real with an actual math of $10,000 sitting in a big bank savings account for, let's say, 0.04%, right? Just to make things very simple. Now, this right here is going to earn you $4 a year if you just leave it sitting in your regular bank account. You probably spent more than that on a snack today. Now, if we put that same 10 grand in SWVXX at 3.51%, That in 1 year, assuming no further contributions, it's going to be around $350 a year. So that's a difference of almost $347 that you're just leaving aside on the table if you don't switch to a higher yield account. Now, of course, if you scale that up to 50,000 in idle cash, that will earn you a whopping $1,700 versus only $20 if you just leave it sitting in a regular bank account with less than 1%. And here's the thing, this is not some complicated investment strategy. You're not really taking on risk, you're not locking anything up. You're literally just moving money from one place to another. And here, honestly, the math is just hard to argue with, right? Now, here is a screenshot showing the prime money funds table. This is SWVXX at 3.51% with zero minimum for retail investors. And of course, also the SNAXX or snacks at 3.66% with $1 million minimum. Both available to buy directly. Remember that these are taxable. So this is the Schwab website showing the government and treasury money funds table. These are taxable as well, as you can see in the top. This is straight from the website. We're talking about SMVXX, SNOXX, SNSXX, as you can see, or here, there's a bunch of X's, right? And others ranging from 3.37% to 3.55% with zero minimum to all the way to $1 million minimum, all available to retail and institutional investors. So why does it matter specifically in March 2026, right? Now, there's a couple of reasons. So one, tax refunds are landing in bank accounts right now. And if yours is coming or already hit, don't just let it sit in a regular checking account earning nothing. So just park it in a better account. Now, the second thing to take into account is we are currently in uncertain economy, right? We got tariffs, we got market swings, we got a war, a job market that's hard to read. And in times like these, having liquid, low risk cash on the sidelines, it's not just smart, it's also protective. Money market fund gives you both the yield and the flexibility. Now, the third thing to take into account is that the Fed has held rates elevated for a while. Now they're kind of going down slowly, which means money market yields are still near multi-year highs. Just because they're going down, it doesn't mean that the rates are not high compared to how they've been in history. So this window is not going to be permanent. So when the Fed starts cutting even more in the remaining months in 2026, quarter one of 2026 is generally a good time to act on this while the rates are still up there. All right, now we're going to go into two very important questions, okay? They're going to help you plan ahead and feel a little better about where you're putting your money, whether it's Schwab or in general. Now, one question that a lot of people ask me is, hey, can I lose money in X organization where I put my money? It could be Schwab or any other. So it's the right question to ask. Can you lose money? And technically, with this specific account, yes, but the risk is low. It's extremely unlikely with Schwab's funds. So here's what you need to know. These funds are designed to maintain exactly a $1 per share price. So if you were to lose money, that is called quote unquote breaking the buck. And it's happened exactly once with a major money market fund. And that was the Reserve Primary Fund back in 2008 during the financial crisis. That was the once in a generation event. Now, Schwab's government funds like the SNVXX, which we talked about, have never broken the buck ever. Now, they only hold US government securities, which are about as safe as it gets. The prime fund carries slightly more risk because it holds a broader range of securities, but still has a strong track record. And while these are not FDIC insured, like a bank account, they are held inside a Schwab brokerage account under SIPC protection up to $500,000. So overall, what does this all mean? I estimate this to be very low risk, but not zero risk, right? There's like a little tiny bit of risk. So just know the difference. And in my estimation, the risk is low. Now, with that being said, another question that you might be asking, hey, do you have to pay taxes or earnings on a money market fund? Yes, you pay taxes on what you earn. And I know the face you're making right now, this is exactly it, right? But it's actually really simple. At tax time, then Schwab sends you a 1099 DIV for dividends or 1099 INT, depending on the fund that you actually choose. You hand it to your accountant or your tax software walks right into it. In fact, actually, yesterday I was doing my taxes with my wife and we hired somebody off of TurboTax. Like it was just super simple. So if you're struggling to do your taxes, if your accountant is not working out for you and you don't like him or her, then hey, maybe like try another alternative, right? Maybe TurboTax could be a great option. We did choose the full expert. So we actually hire somebody that is certified, that is currently handling our taxes, and it's super, super simple. So I just want to share that tip there for you. Now, here's something that is worth knowing before we go into the next slide. And it's that if you are in a higher tax bracket, the municipal funds like the SWTXX generate income that's generally exempt from federal taxes. So that lower yield suddenly looks more attractive when you do look at the after tax math. So the key takeaway is this: don't let taxes stop you from earning your money. So earning $350 and paying $80 in taxes is still infinitely better than earning only $4, right? So never lose money just because you want to save money on taxes. That's just my personal philosophy. All right. Now, with this being said, here's the mechanics on how this actually works day to day. Now, if you already have a Schwab brokerage account, you literally just search the ticker, or quote unquote the symbol SWVXX, and then you just hit buy. It's very simple. Of course, you do that once you actually transfer your money. That's it. It takes about 60 seconds. It's almost like you're buying and you're putting your money in the stock market, but you're not really putting your money in the stock market. You buy these money market funds, right? Now, there's no fees, there's no minimum beyond $1 per trade. And when you want your money back, you just simply sell it, and the proceeds typically hit your account the next business day. So there's no early withdrawal penalty, there's no lockup, nothing. It's not a certificate of deposit, it's not a treasury bill, and it's also not an annuity. It's liquid, and the full lineup of funds gives you options. Now, if you want government only exposure for extra safety, SWVXX and SNOXX are there at 3.4%. If you're in a high tax bracket and you want federal tax free income, the municipal funds are there, which we talked about in the previous slide. And if you want an ETF version that trades like a stock instead of a mutual fund, SGVT exists at 3.45% with no minimum. One platform, and they give you a bunch of options. So I don't want you to overwhelm yourself. Here is, by the way, it's kind of contradictory. I don't want you to overwhelm yourself and I'm giving you all these options, right? So take a screenshot of this and then you can see which one is best for you. All right. So let me be straight with you here, right? Because the whole point of this channel is to give you frameworks and insights and just overall help you make the best decision for yourself. Now, what are the pros and cons of these Schwab money market funds? Now, the pros here are that generally strong 3.51% with zero minimum and no transaction fees. And that's hard to beat for something as liquid and this low risk, right? The only thing that is comparable to this is a high yield savings account, which I talked about here in the channel a lot. And you can go and look at high yield savings accounts. I've also compared money market funds to high yield savings accounts and CDs in the past. So if you want to know the difference and go into all of those details, then you can go ahead and look at those videos. And with that said, you can also get in with any amount and get out at any time. That's definitely a pro. There's no penalty, no lockup. And Schwab is one of the most established names in investing world and personal finance in general. And also having multiple fund types means that you can actually match the fund to your specific situation. Now, of course, nothing is perfect. Nobody's perfect. And the cons is that these are not FDIC insured. And if that psychological safety net matters to you, perhaps a high yield savings account with an FDIC insured bank might be better. I'm going to leave my top recommendations in the description of this video if that's what you want to look into. Also, another con is that, of course, the rate is variable, and that's going to depend on what the Federal Reserve, whether or not they cut rates. So the yields are going to follow. But in fact, T bills, money market funds, HISAs, high yield savings accounts, that is, they all follow, of course, what the Federal Reserve does. So that's something that we just have to plan for, right? Kind of like expect to go down or up depending on what the Fed does. And if you actually want a locked rate, then that's when you can look into CDs and T bills. If you want to look at top CDs, I'm also going to leave links in the description that you can look into if that's what you want to do. Now, both cons are manageable, but you should always know what you are getting into. So, any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now, whenever we are evaluating options, there's risks. There's risks with the options themselves, and there's also risks with not choosing any option at all, right? So there you can't get away from that. So when it comes to this right here, there's three specific risks that you need to know about. Now, one, of course, is that the yields are variable. The 3.51% today could be 2% in a year if the Fed starts cutting it. If you want to lock in a rate, consider pairing this with a CD or T bill for a portion of your cash. Set a calendar reminder to reassess when the Fed signals changes. Number two, not FDIC insured. I talked about this previously. If breaking the buck or you fear losses, even though it's low risk and extremely rare, you could lose a little bit of the principal, right? So the practical mitigation here is if capital preservation is your absolute top priority, consider a government fund like the SNVXX or the SNOXX. They hold only US government securities. They have never broken the buck. And also, SIPC covers you up to $500,000 inside the brokerage account on top of that. And number three is, and this one surprises a lot of people, the prime and municipal funds are retail only. So if you were thinking about using these inside a business entity or institutional account, you will need to use the government funds instead. So just know which category you fall into. All right. Now, with this being said, there is one thing I want you to take away. Schwab has great reviews overall. Personally, I have an account with Schwab, but like every financial institution out there, they got some bad ones as well, right? Like that's just reality. That nobody's perfect. What matters is whether those complaints or comments or reviews that you see online are relevant to how you would actually use products. So use the reviews, identify how relevant they are, how long ago they were posted. And on the flip side, don't just chase perfection. There's no perfect organization. The goal is finding the best fit for your situation right now, not waiting for some unicorn organization that doesn't exist. Okay, now with that being said, would I recommend Schwab Money Market Funds to my younger self? Yes, it's a good option if you are looking to earn good interest on your idle cash, if you're looking for stability in money market funds. Also, if you already have a brokerage account with Schwab or you want to get in a relationship, start a relationship with Schwab, it will be zero friction to get started. It's very, very simple. Also, of course, if you want liquidity, you can pull money out and put money in anytime without penalty. Now, it may not be for you because it's really not for everybody, right? If you absolutely want that certainty of FDIC insurance, something like a high yield savings account or a CD, depending on what your goals are, could be better options. Also, maybe you don't have a Schwab account and you don't really want to open one, right? Like, but if that's the case, you're probably not watching this video, anyways. Also, if you want to lock in a rate, then consider a CD or even a T bill, and those are going to help you address and mitigate those variable rates that inevitably will happen in the future. Or at least it will help you keep the same rate for a longer period of time, right? So, with that being said, if Schwab Money Market Fund is for you, let me know in the comments. There's going to be a link in the description that you can get started with today. And with that being said, my friends, thank you for being here. Let me know what your comments, questions are, and what other products you'd like me to provide insights on. With that being said, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. See you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace.